Hi everyone, Lisa here from Forest City Stitching. Hope everyone had a good weekend. This is a really late video for me. Yeah, I did do a finishing video on Friday, just showing you how I finish items, and I mentioned that I was going to be in a craft show yesterday, and then we had a Santa Claus parade last night, so didn't get to a video yesterday, so here I am Sunday evening now that my husband is putting my son to bed. Yeah, so busy weekend. The craft show went very well yesterday. I sold a few items, and again, I just do it as a hobby, so I don't necessarily expect much out of these things, but it was a really good event. Really busy, spoke to a lot of people. Someone may contact me at a later date to make a birth record for a little girl they're expecting in January. But yeah, I had some good conversations with people. Someone else might be contacting me with some supplies that she has to give me because she has a number of items started that she's not going to get finished, and she's like, well, I'd like someone to finish them. So I said, sure. So we'll see if that person reaches out to me or not. But yeah, no, it was a good day and all. And then yesterday evening we had the Santa Claus parade in town. It was a nice evening. It wasn't too cold, so it was good. And my son seemed to enjoy that. Today, though, seemed to come down with a little bit of a stomach bug and was sick to his stomach earlier this morning, and then did not eat anything all day. So I think he's headed in the right direction, so we'll see if he lasts all day at school tomorrow. Hopefully he does, because I have a client meeting and lots of interviews tomorrow, so hopefully he will make it through the day, because I also had Friday off, so I need to catch up from having a day off as well. So yeah, that's my weekend. As far as haul goes, I'll show it to you all a little bit later, but it's just some thread from Stitch It Central that I got for the year celebrations, and then the new Snow Village chart that came from Fat Quarter Shop as an auto ship program. So that's all I got. Thank you very much to my now 54 subscribers. So I got a new one, I think, over the last few days. So thank you very much. And yeah, support is greatly appreciated. Thank you, Sherry Price, for your kind comment on my finishing video. If you haven't checked that out, definitely do. Just something different I tried just to demonstrate how I finish objects. And also you will see a couple finishes that those ornaments I was working on. The person picked them up on Saturday at the craft show, so I showed them in my video on Friday afternoon when I was finishing them. I don't have them now to show you, so if you are interested, definitely check that out. It was on Friday, it was posted. Work in progresses. So again, mainly working on Enchanted Stitches challenges, and then the Acrostic challenge for November. Been my main focus. So for the Enchanted Stitches challenge, the first one was stitch on something that was a new skill. So I don't do a lot of anything with specialty stitches, so I had to really think about that. What was a new skill when I started? So Peacock Garden, actually, was the first time that I used over dyed and variegated floss. Sorry, there was fuzz and I was worried it was dirt. I think it's just fuzz. So that's what I picked on for that. So you've all seen the top, that hasn't changed at all. But what I started was the middle, which is actually a couple squirrels, and I did a little bit more of the paths as well. So that's what I worked on. I really wanted to kind of start on that to also go along with the Married with Stitches squirrel cell that they have going on. If you haven't checked out their Flosstube, definitely do. They're pretty funny. Yeah, so hashtag squirrel, SAL. is their stitch along. So I really wanted to work in a squirrel somewhere. Yeah, so that's that. For the second one, stitch on something that related to family. So I chose Snow Village for that one because I have, you don't really need to see it because you all have seen it before, but Snow Village, a little bit of glare there. But I chose Snow Village because I am adapting it to represent my family. I didn't get a ton on it done, but a little bit. So yeah, so I got the mom and then the little boy snowman, and then beside is going to be the dad snowman, and there's just going to be the 3 snowmen. So that is how I adapted it, how I chose to stitch it, to adapt it to my family, and that's how I chose to fit it into that challenge. And then so for the new chart that came out is the skate and sled shot. So look cute. So I need to get my butt moving so I can get that one started. So that's that. Third is stitch on something that was forbidden in your family. So this one's kind of a funny one because I'm like, what was forbidden? So I chose Chicken Joy to work on because, so I grew up on a farm, and I would have some chicks and ducks and whatnot. And of course I'd always want to bring in any animal into the house, which my mom didn't like. My dad didn't really care. He kind of took my side on things. But I wasn't supposed to have baby chicks in my room, but I would. And then they would jump out of the box, and then when they hear me coming up the stairs, they jump back in the box. But you know that they're out because there's chicken poop all over my floor, my bedroom. So chickens and ducks were forbidden in the house, but they somehow made it in because they might get hurt in the barn when they were so little. So that's how I worked in Chicken Joy into that, and I actually made some good progress on that. So I like how that's coming up. I really like that red. I think that's licorice red. Yeah, so making good progress on that. A little bit challenging stitching on the black. I haven't really stitched a lot on black before. I did do a really big piece on black once, and a piece and something on navy, but so just getting used to that again. The fourth one, stitch on something with a pet in it. So I chose, let's go. And I'm back, sorry about that. Yeah, so I left it at the other side of the room. So yeah, kitty litter, which is a dimensions kit. And so got a little bit more progress done on that. It's hard to tell. I did a little bit more of the wallpaper over here, and a little bit more on that cat's head there. It's slow going, but did do a little bit more on that. So that's what I did for Enchanted Stitching. Yeah, so next up is Rewind Time, the Acrostic challenge for November for 24 hours of cross stitch. So for that, so this is what I've slated. And I can actually check off endurance because I did work on that one a little bit. Oh, and I started November. So, already doing well on that. Yeah, so for endurance, we'll talk about that one first. So, I was working on it last weekend for the Enchanted Stitches challenge last weekend. And I worked on it a little bit more again last night, maybe, night before. I was working a little bit more on the sand there at the bottom. Again, slow going, but it's going well. And then another one was a new start and a finish, which was this embroidery piece I made. Takes a big heart to teach little minds. There you go, that's not so bad for glare. So you'll see that in the, you'll see that in the finishing video as well. I didn't finish it fully, but it was in there. And then today, this afternoon, I started working on the November from the Hands-On Design year celebrations. I couldn't find the needle in this one when I opened it up, so I'm like, oh. I know last video I had some problems with losing needles, so I don't know where this needle went. Weird shadow. I did work a little bit on September, so I might as well show you a little bit of October, and then I started November. So I am doing the Canadian November version in the chart. Sorry, just this weird shadow. I think it's just how the fabric is has a crease in it. Looks sturdy, but it's not. Yeah, so the reason why I wanted to buy this option for like a calendar piece is because of the November and July Canadian renditions in this pattern. So yeah, so stitching up some poppies there for Remembrance Day tomorrow. Yeah, so those are what I did for the Acrostic Challenge. As far as finishes go, you saw that one for It Takes a Big Heart, the embroidery piece, and then as I mentioned earlier, the other finishes were on my finishing video on Friday that I posted. One other thing I wanted to show you guys was this pin cushion that I made. So remember, I bought these milk glass dishes from a lady off Facebook a little while ago. So I finally made it into a pin cushion, and like keep your scissors there. So this one here I'm gonna keep myself. And I made a couple others that I had taken to the craft show yesterday, which actually got some good response. So I'll probably get those listed on my Facebook page sometime. I'm not gonna put them on my Etsy shop because it would be a beast to ship that as far as cost goes. Yeah, I don't think that would be worth it. So I'll put it on my Facebook page in case anyone local is interested. And yeah, so I think that about sums it up. Now, I did mention I was looking for recommendations for project bags in the last few videos. I actually have spoken to my friend Amy from Stitch the Dot. I probably have showed a couple things that she's made before. I mainly buy snack bags from her for my son. Oh, she made this pillow, actually. But yes, I spoke to her, and she is going to make a couple project bags for me. She's like, oh yeah, those look easy. I'm like, they might be. I looked at a video and then decided quickly not to even try it. So I'm not very good with the sewing machine. So she's going to give them a whirl for me. And again, I'd rather support someone local and someone I know. Not obviously all the ladies that are on Etsy and on Flosstube, your bags are great. Shipping to Canada is crazy. So that is kind of a determining factor for me at this point. But yeah, no, I love everyone. Bags that are posted and wish I could buy one from everyone. But yeah, so that's that. I think that sums it up. can't say I'm looking forward to going to work tomorrow. Again, we'll see if my son makes it through the day. Hopefully he will. And yeah, so that's everything. Hope everyone has a good week and had a good weekend. And talk to you soon. Bye.